Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Holly. Many of you in my Crafting with Holly private Facebook group have asked me about a December daily album or a December to remember album, and what is it? Because I have made them for several years, and we're going to be making another one using Stampin' Up product this time. The ones in the past have always been close to my heart product. In fact, I'm going to run over. Should have had this on my desk for you to see. I want to just share with you what some of the ones from the past have looked like, and then this is the one that I did last year. I'm going to also show you how to create a customized cover for the front of them. I normally do belly bands, but this one, I didn't have anything from the past to use that coordinated with the paper collection that I used in this one. But I just wanted to show you what this belly band looks like. I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't burn myself because it's ready to go. This is one from the past. I actually haven't put pictures in it, but I wanted to just show you that it really is truly a snapshot of December, and you get to put in either pictures or recipes or anything that reminds you of that year's Christmas. You could even do a collection of the past 12 years for you in a book like this. And it's just highlights of things to remember in December. I love putting them out on the coffee table for the kids to look at and just laugh and comment and remember all of the fun that we've had as a family over the years for Christmas. So I probably will do that for this particular book since it is waiting to be filled. And trust me, I have decades of Christmas. Anyway, this was one of the books that we've made in the past at Close to My Heart. This is the one that I made last year. I'm going to walk you through how to attach this vinyl and give you some tips and tricks as well in just a minute. But I wanted to show you my finished book so that you can kind of get an idea of how to finish a December to Remember book or a December daily, whatever you want to call it. I put the year on this. This was actually a picture that I took with my sisters. My birthday runs almost into December. I was supposed to be a December baby, but I actually came early, and my birthday's November 29th. And so this was me and my sisters celebrating Thanksgiving together, and I wanted to kick off the holiday season with that picture of me and my sisters together. And then starting in December of last year, I got to go to Dana Swadling's team meeting. For Northern Stars, it was their December holiday party, so it was so fun to be a part of that. Little did I know that I would then join her team in 2024, which was super, super fun and exciting. Not that the circumstances around it were exciting, but it was a wonderful opportunity for us to finally be officially on each other's teams directly. Anyway, she and I celebrated our birthdays together. Hers happens to fall in September. Mine's in November. So sometimes we like to get together and celebrate. And this happened to be the next day. And then she sent me these beautiful, beautiful flowers that were starting to bloom on my table. So it was just a really special way to kick off the December season. And then my son, Gregory, became a corrections officer at the sheriff's department, and this was him getting honored and officially being sworn in, I guess you could say. It was a ceremony, and so that was really fun for them, for us as a family to be there. And then Gia, his girlfriend, was there to help us celebrate, so that was really fun. And then Paige, December is very special for Paige because it is her birthday month, and this was her senior year. She's looking at her senior pictures for the first time, officially finished, and she was so excited. And then this was the baby, the second baby that she had to bring home because the first one failed, and this was her parenting class that she had to pass in order to graduate. And then this was her first picture receiving some birthday money for her birthday. And I didn't take a lot of pictures the rest of these weeks these days because we were getting ready to go see Anna in London. And so I'm going to use these areas to take pictures from Anna's phone of what she took in her time spent abroad in London. And this was a picture of me at the airport in Detroit on the 12th. We took a red eye into London, and here we are officially on the actual 13th, which is Paige's birthday, and she officially turned 18 and got to celebrate. We had some champagne, and then this is Anna's house that she actually stayed at. It's a building, a dormitory where she stayed in London for 10 weeks. And then this was our first night out in London. We're at a pub having an official celebratory drink with Anna, which was super fun. This is in the tube on the escalator. Anna's taken us around the town. And then these were just some highlights of us in London shopping. We went to see a musical, Six, which was fabulous. I highly, highly recommend it. We are at the top of Sky Garden having lunch. And then these are just some random pictures of us around the town. Again, more transit. We're at the Imperial War Museum. Some pictures outside the Royal Palace and outside our hotel. And then this is another picture of us having lunch at Sky Garden. We're standing on the famous St. Paul's Cathedral front steps. That's the door. And this is where Lady Diana and Charles were married. And then this is in Camden Town, which is a fabulous, famous market. Great buys, great deals, great food, super fun. And then we're rounding out Christmas Eve. We were home obviously a few days before Christmas and spent Christmas Eve at the park in Detroit, a really great restaurant. Paige and Jake were with us. Gregory was working and Anna was still at her study abroad. So just us outside the park in that Campus Martius area, getting a picture, and then me just telling that we didn't celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day because Anna still was not home yet. Again, I'm going to get some pictures of her in Scotland because she actually got to spend Christmas in Scotland, which was super, super fun and exciting for her. And then this is my proof of life picture that I sent to Tom, me at the airport picking up Anna. And then this was her little teddy bear growing up, and I found some of her clothes that I brought her home from the hospital in, and they match her blanket. So I had that as a little surprise for her, waiting for her on her bed. And then here we are celebrating Christmas on the 28th. Everybody's home, and it was certainly a Christmas to remember. And then to round out, we had a childhood babysitter get married, Katie Rodriguez. So Kathy, if you're watching this, this is Katie's wedding. And the pictures were so beautiful of my kids and I together that I wanted to actually put them in here. Even though it's not December, it was the 13th of January, but it was such a beautiful wedding. It was decorated so beautifully, and I just really wanted to capture these pictures of my kids and I together. So that rounds out the December to Remember album. And so I wanted to walk you through how to get glitter vinyl onto your albums in a really safe and creative way. So I used the old Close to My Heart glitter vinyl, and I learned something really important. The first time I did this, my glitter did not come off very well. It was an absolute mess. And so I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong? So sorry, I should have had this over here with me. I took the extra strong grip mat from Cricut. Let me just get that protective cover off. And the biggest lesson that I learned is that when you're putting this on this mat, you have got to really press hard onto this vinyl, especially if it's old and especially if it's been sitting in your drawers or cupboards like mine has for years. So I pressed really, really, really hard on here, and the end result was that it came off of the sticky transfer sheet perfectly. And so how do you layer two color vinyls together? Well, this is my tip for you. So the first thing that I did is I lined up where I wanted the gold to be. And then after I did that, I put the heart underneath because that's where I want the heart to be. And now I'm going to lift this up very carefully because I want the heart to stay in place, but this I don't want on there right now because it will attach to this piece. So I don't want that. So now I'm going to take my little mini Cricut Easy Press Mini. My daughter got it for me for Mother's Day, I think, one year. And I am going to take an old piece of our Close to My Heart craft mat. And I'm going to lay this on top. And actually, you know what? This one, I'm not going to use this one because who knows what's going to happen with all that ink that's on there. But in one of my other bins here, let me just find it really quickly. I have one of my other mats that I use specifically for heat vinyl, and this is the one because it doesn't have a lot of stuff on it. So I'm going to put this one away. I save everything that's important to me that's in crafting, but I love these because our all-purpose mat was perfect for heating on it because you can put, I don't even remember what the heat sensitivity is, but it's really awesome and it works great with the heat tools from Cricut. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lightly press on this, just kind of go in a circular motion. I'm not going to stay on this too long because I don't want to burn my album underneath it. But I'm going to let that sit for a second. I'm going to let it cool down. And this is another reason why I'm careful about the all-purpose mat that I use on here because I don't want it to put anything else on here that I don't want on there. And it did get a little hot. A little bit of that vinyl or adhesive is on there, which doesn't make me happy, but I'm thinking that I'm going to be able to get it off once this cools. We will see. I hope it didn't get ruined. Okay, so now we're going to turn this over. We're going to line this back up so that the 2 is where I want it. And again, I'm going to take this, lay it over on top, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to lightly press and go in circular motions and get these words and numbers on there. And again, I don't want to keep the heat on there too long because I don't want it to scorch the album. So let's see how that did. Nope, it's not quite transferred yet. So let's do this again. Just line that back up. And just kind of press lightly. And let that heat get on there. Let's see how this did. Might not have been pressed enough. We're just going to keep doing it, and that is my tip. You just keep doing it until it sticks, but the goal is you do not want to scorch your album. And so you just need to be really careful how long you keep that heat on there. And I even may have it set too high. I have it on the 3rd setting, and it may be too hot. So now I'm just going to take this and just kind of come back over here ever so carefully. Let's see if that helped. Yep, it did. Okay, so let's just go and do that again. Just on those areas that had a hard time sticking. And then the goal is to just peel slowly. And if you see that any of it is still sticking to the transfer paper, you just go back over it and then let it cool. Yep, the M over here needs to and just take your time. You know, there's no rush when you're doing this. You want to do it right the first time so that you don't make any mistakes, and heaven forbid, you don't want to ruin all your hard work. So we're just gonna keep doing this. Just like so. As you can see, it is a process. Okay, and then I just kind of come over here. And I'm just gently lifting it up as I go. Whoops, I'm going to come back over here with this and just kind of get the bottom of that too to kind of stick. And voila! There we go. We have a beautiful, beautiful book now that is done. I'm going to try and get a little bit of that extra that came off there. I think it's going to be okay once it dries too. But it is so beautiful, and I hope that these tips kind of helped you guys, give you some ideas. You can even go back and get some of that extra glitter that just kind of wanted to stick around while you were using your tool. You can just kind of go back over here with the corners and just kind of flick it off like so. I think with time it's going to also flick off because there's not an adhesive stuck to it. But there we go. Now I have a beautiful album to stick out for the holidays for my kids to enjoy. As always, you guys, thank you so much for following me, for dropping down below those comments. I appreciate it when you click that like button, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.